Hey guys, Song here. Today we are going to talk about supply spanning over GST and SST, as well as when to submit your final GST return. Now we have went through the first transition during 620, and what is the most important provision on 6? It basically talks about time of supply, section 11, where you have to calculate 21 days in order to issue your tax invoice. However, when there's a change of tax rate 6% to 0%, section 66 will come into the picture. Basically, it will compare before June your value of supply and full or part payment received, whichever higher will subject to the old rate 6%. For example, this case, my contract of supply of goods is 100,000. I issued my stock in May 10,000 and I receive a part payment or deposit payment of 21,200. Applying section 66(2), it says whichever higher will subject to 6%, means this 21,200 will subject to 6%. The balance of 90,000 issue out, what will happen? So let's look here. The contract issue out is 100,000 and 20,000 already paid based on 6%. So the balance of 80 will be 0%. What about this case? I have issued out my tax invoice in May. The tax invoice when I issue out is 100,000 plus 6% GST. However, when I try to apply section 66(2), it basically talks about supply, which I don't have, payment, which all incurred here. So in this case, customs say we allow you to credit note via GST regulation 25 to cancel off or zero rate this supply and make it 100,000. Now we are going to the second transition, 0% to the new SST. Now applying section 11 and section 108 of sales tax bill, whatever you issue out in June, it remains as 0%. However, when you issue out stocks after September, let's say this is in October, this value of supply 80,000 will subject to sales tax 10%. And remember, you have to amend your invoice format and you have to put in your sales tax ID. The question is, when is my final GST return? Reference to Tuan Faizunuddin Hashim's presentation, Deputy Director of Customs, on August 15, the final GST return basically falls in August, which your last day of taxable period will be 31st of August. The due date to submit will be on the 29th of December. Remember, 29th December 2018, not the last day of December. Please take note. So this will cut off on 31st August with a very simple reason. September, you cannot run two types of tax. If you run two types of tax, now let us question whether at that point of time, September, should I issue GST 0% or should I issue service tax or sales tax? So this will not work. They have to cut off by 31st August. Let's look at this case study number 1. I'm a monthly taxable period. My taxable period for July 2018 will have to submit by August 2018. This will remain the same. However, when it comes to my August taxable period, rightfully we have to submit by 30th of September 2018, but now due to the Repeal Act, we are allowed to extend until 29th of December 2018. Case study number 2. I'm a quarterly taxable period, June to August 2018. So June to August 2018, my initial submission is by 30th of September 2018, correct? But again, due to the GST Repeal Act, I'm allowed to extend until 29th of December, so this 30th of September no longer relevant. Let's look at this case study number 3. I'm a quarterly taxable period, July to September 2018. Now September no longer required. Why? Because it's already under SST. So everything have to cut off by 31st of August, which is our last final GST return. Initially, the submission due date should be by 31st of October. Now, due to the GST Repeal Act, we are allowed to extend until 29 December 2018. So this 31st October 2018 no longer relevant.
Case study number 4, I'm a quarterly taxable period, August to October 2018. So August will be my final GST return, cut off 31st of August. September, October no longer required because this is already under SST. Initially, my submission due date should be 30th of November 2018, correct? But now, due to the GST Repeal Act again, we are allowed to extend until 29th of December. So this 30th November, no longer relevant again. Case study number 5. So we are under this taxable period. Now the problem is the invoices may not come in as we wish. So sometimes these invoices can come in after September until December this period. So whatever invoices that we receive during this period, we will have to adjust back to August 2018. Set your tax date whenever necessary.
Apart from this, GST Repeal Bill also mentioned a few very important points. Section 6 says anyone that is registered under GST Act have to furnish all the supplies and pay GST tax due by 29th of December, which is 120 days from appointed date. Section 7 says if you are a non-registered person, but you have to pay certain output tax. Let's say I'm a non-registered person, I have to pay reverse charge mechanism on output tax, which I have to pay via GST04. I have to do it by 30th of September. The most important provision under GST Repeal Bill talks about Section 8.1. Any input tax under GST Act which has not been claimed shall be claimed in the final GST return, which is August. However, subject to verification on your investigation, they will pay you back within 6 years. Someone asked me, do you think they will pay us interest or can we refund from the Tabung Harapan? I said, go ahead and try and apply. In Mandarin, apply 你的头. If you like this video, please share, give us a thumbs up. This is Song, signing off.